take one and only take marker.
I feel like I'm
Like
shining.
your soul is shining.
I feel like I'm shining. All right, let's go. All right, welcome everybody. My name is Cody. I'm with Fury Motion Pictures, and today I am in the gear room here at Mystery Box for a very special unboxing event. A couple things right off the bat. First, the reason I want to make this video is because when I was doing my research on the camera, I wasn't finding kind of the information I wanted. Sure, you can go on Arri's website, you can go on YouTube channels and different things like that, and you can see all the specs, you can see the features and things like that. But what I found was interesting is like you can buy the camera body by itself, or you can get it in as part of a kit. There's a ready-to-shoot kit, and I think there's a couple other ones, but again, from what I've been seeing out there, the ready-to-shoot kit is kind of the standard one that everybody seems to be getting. So looking at that, however, again, you can see the build, what comes in the ready-to-shoot kit, how it's built and everything like that. But I wanted to see a little bit more specifics, like the different pieces, how they fit together. How would I adapt that kit to like a gimbal rig or to a tripod rig or a dolly or handheld? What do I want on a shoulder or holding out in front of me like this? I have opened my original box from B&H just to make sure that everything I wanted to feature in this video was in there. Before I get started, I want to give just a couple disclaimers. First of all, as you may or may not have noticed, this is my very first YouTube video. So, hey, welcome. We're making history. So hopefully all the jump cuts it takes to make a complete coherent sentence isn't too distracting, and hopefully I can come across with some useful information. So disclaimer number 2, I'm a RED user. I've been a RED user for about 10 years. I was lucky enough when I first started in this business to know people with access to a RED, so I've been shooting on the RED 1 and the RED Epic, and I think I've shot on every model RED ever since the RED 1. So why am I buying an Arri? I mean, there's a couple different reasons, but I don't really want to get into that right now. I don't want to make this video about RED versus Arri. The only reason I mentioned that I've been a RED user is just to say, as we kind of go through the kit and the different pieces, you know, I might tend to compare it to what I'm used to. All right, so without any further exposition, let's dive in. So you might notice I've got a couple boxes here. This one to my left has all the Arri stuff in it, the camera and all the ready-to-shoot kit. This one we might get to a little bit later, but it has all of my all these other accessories that I bought to kind of just round out my package. Now, like I said, I have opened this up already, and first thing, get rid of this stuff. There are boxes within boxes within boxes. Inside the big box is this box. Little tape here says this is a set, do not separate. So this is your ready-to-shoot kit. And I'll tilt that up for the camera. That's how it comes. Now one thing I can see right off the bat is that Arri is not as concerned about packaging as RED is. I mean, take for example, when you get a RED camera, hey, it comes in this cool aluminum box with latches that lock, laser cut foam and everything, really nice and pretty. Arri there's my Arri box. Now, I'm not saying that's good or bad, I'm just saying that's different. Along with all the accessories, like I said, they all come individually bubble wrapped. This is the mini side bracket SB-2. This bad boy is, I assume, yep, that's the Viewfinder. Cool. So that's everything in my Arri box except a little foam. Get rid of that. So if you're at my house during Christmas, this is how we do it. We start with the little things, delay gratification until the end. This is clamp 1. So the fun thing is going to be that I don't know, like for example, I'm not sure exactly what that is. Hopefully we'll figure it out. Oh, did that make us sound like a screw? Yeah, there's a screw. Okay, let's try not to lose pieces already. What I really liked about Red, I can bolt my tripod plate directly to the bottom of the camera. And the reason I like that is just because I like as small as a package as I can get. Well, even if I'm on a tripod, I'm always trying to just consolidate pieces and parts where I can, just to kind of get the smallest and less cumbersome package that I can get. So that's kind of my mission right now, is to put this together and then figure out how I can make it smaller. All the stuff obviously is very well built. I just found another screw. I hope I'm not leaving a bunch on the floor. Now, it's funny how everybody kind of throws a fit at how expensive the Red Mini Mags are. These are not cheap. I think this is the terabyte drive. This is $2,300, I think. So don't lose that. It does come in a nice case. The cool thing about this is it's got all these accessory ports. A couple D-taps on that side, Hiroshi's on this side, a ton of different power ports. Super cool. The downside is, dude, look at how big that is. And so, again, as I'm trying to consolidate and make things smaller, I would love to find out how necessary it is to have this, or if there's a smaller version I can get for like handheld or gimbal stuff. Because I know, again, I always thought it was kind of weird that you can't lock a battery onto, like, directly onto the camera, that you always have to have rails or a cage or something hanging off the back of the camera to put your battery on. I always thought that was kind of a weird design. Thought that they might do something with that on later versions, but it is what it is. So this, I think, goes on there so you can mount your power box on rails. And that's one thing also. There's our only Allen key that comes in this whole set. So there's the ready to shoot kit. I think it looks fairly straightforward, but we'll see. Let's move on. I'm going to get rid of my iPad here. I've heard good things about this viewfinder. Again, it's funny because Red seems to be centered more on shooting with the screen. At least that's how I tend to use it. Obviously, they do have a viewfinder. I don't love the Red viewfinder, but Arri seems to be focused on using viewfinder. And there it is. Because they don't include a screen. I don't think they even make or sell a screen. Again, here's the box it comes in. Okay, little dry pack. Okay, so there's the viewfinder. That thing is hefty. But it's got a nice big screen. I believe you can turn that around, yeah, and lock it like that. It's kind of cool. Again, I haven't used this. The only time I've actually had my hands on the camera, Arri actually did a demo up at a local rental house here. So I did get some hands-on time with it, but not too much. So funny thing about Viewfinder is at one point I was actually shooting some behind the scenes for a commercial my company was doing. And for some reason, they hired Academy Award winner Robert Richardson to shoot these commercials. I was shooting with the Canon C300, just behind the scenes stuff, and probably, try not to get in anyone's way, but probably being kind of creepy about it, just back in the shadows. And so I'm walking through set, looking at the screen, trying not to trip over the cables or the dolly track because it was really dark. They're shooting a night scene. And his AC makes some comment, and I didn't really hear what he was saying. And then I look over, and Richardson says something about, oh, like real cameramen use a viewfinder, not a screen. And I had this moment where I look over at him and I rolled my eyes and I'm like, yeah, but have you seen how dark it is in here with all your cables and stuff? And then I don't think he even heard me. And he just turned away and started doing his work. Anyways, maybe that's why Arri doesn't focus on screens, because real cameramen use a viewfinder, apparently. So here we go. This is the moment of truth, right? The Arri branded tape is the best tape in the world. Okay, there she is. Hey, I did get an Allen key. That's nice. What is this? Oh, this is the LPL to PL mount. So I'm sure you're aware that the Mini LF has the larger LPL mount on it. And so there's your adapter they include to go back down to PL mounts. I have yet to find an EF mount for it. There's some EF glass that I'd love to shoot on. But as of yet, that's going to be not possible. So I'm not sure what this is. This is where, yeah, there's shims. I was going to say, this is where everybody on YouTube is yelling at me because I'm an idiot. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Get rid of that. There it is. A nice plastic bag. It's a nice carrying case though, right? Who needs laser cut foam and aluminum locking case when you've got a nice Ziploc bag? Okay, so it's kind of beefy. It's heavy, heavier than I expected. But there she is. You've got the Wi-Fi antennas, the RF antennas. It's pretty. I like it. Let's take for a second. Here, let's compare it. So this is your naked Mini LF. This is your naked, which one is this? This is the helium. So this is the red weapon with the helium. This is what I've been shooting on the last 3 or 4 years. And just so you can see, here, let me get rid of some of this stuff. Oh, cut. Okay, so there's the two together. See, like the top down. So the red is a tiny bit taller. I mean, barely. And just smaller overall. But you know what? It's quite a bit lighter too, obviously. So there you go. Now, obviously, you know, this doesn't have any modules on it or anything, but neither does this. So as it stands, both of them need to be built out a little bit to actually use. So let's build us an Alexa Mini LF ready to shoot kit. Register this within 1 month of purchase to get a free extended warranty and complimentary online course from Arri Academy. Ooh. I don't even know where to start. Maybe I think this is the top plate. Let's start there. And it looks like, again, YouTube is yelling at me right now. Maybe it goes like that. So the only mounting points on the camera body itself are these 4 screws. And I think there's probably, yeah, the same on the bottom. There's nothing else anywhere to attach anything else. Did I decide it goes on this way? Probably this way, right? No, probably that way. So that was nice of him to give us one of these little Allen keys. All right, so there we go. Top plate is, I wouldn't even call that a top plate. It's that bracket is on. Now this is the accessory bracket, and this wraps around the camera thusly. Do I have to put that on, I wonder? And which way is up? Oh, you know what? I did put that on backwards. Okay, see? We're learning. It's all a journey. Okay, so I think that goes like so. Maybe I'll just put a couple screws on right now so that if I screw it up again. So I think I'm going to put the bottom plate on, which is which guy. Is it that? So I'm going to put it like that. And we'll see. If that doesn't work, we'll turn it around. So I do like that this is just like a dovetail, and that's one question I had is, because every picture I've seen has this on it, the shoulder pad plate, and so I was wondering, like, is that kind of like always on type of thing? But it looks like you can take this and go straight to dovetail, which does make things a little bit more compact, obviously. And then I'm going to put that like that. So let's turn this guy onto the side, like that. That's going to go. Pull this screw out a little bit. Okay. That's got to go. Oh, dang it. You know what? I'm going to have to take off. So I think this needs to go on first, like that. Maybe. Nope, I'm an idiot. This might be where we time lapse. So the threads are opposite, which I guess makes sense. And that's probably why they have these unlock. I was wondering, like, do we twist this? But it's telling you to undo the screws by turning it that way, which is opposite of what you would normally do. So, okay. So what I'm trying to figure out now is how does this attach? Is it does it slide into the dovetail and screw in into one of these? It looks like that's kind of where everything fits, so I'm going to go with it there. I'm going to go with that. Cool, so let's go back over the top here. So one thing I'm kind of pleased about is this doesn't look like it's sticking out as far as, like, from all the pictures I've seen and other videos and stuff. I felt like this bracket sticks way far out here and the battery's just hanging off the edge. But, you know, unless I've done this wrong, which is entirely possible, it doesn't look like that is really hanging out as far as I thought it would. So that's good. So again, with the ready to shoot kit, I don't feel like you get a ton of mounting points here. I mean, you do, but once you put the handle on and the EVF, I feel like there's a lot of kind of lost real estate right here for, you know, attaching a screen for your AC or any other type of accessories like a wireless transmitter or a video transmitter or sound or whatever. So cool. All right, so that's on. What's next? Let's do maybe well, I'm not sure exactly where the top handle is going to go. Let me put this is the EVF bracket. It looks like there's, yeah, you can do, you know, go off that side or that side. So the cool thing is, like, the way they made this EVF is you can mount it this way, or you can flip it over and you can mount it on this side if you want. This is going to go like this, and this is that's maybe upside down. Yep, so there's that. Lock that on, so I guess the arrows line up, so stupid guys like me can figure that out. So that's just kind of standard rod viewfinder assembly now. Our camera's a little side heavy. What's next? Oh, you know what? I'm going to take this off, and we're going to do these side brackets. So these side brackets are at least this one is new for the LF. This is the MSB3 because the new media bay comes out of the side and the old one won't fit. But I believe the one for the other side is the same that you get with the regular Mini. Okay. Cool. I like that it has built-in rosette, so you can put handles straight on. I'm not one of these guys that likes the long handles down here. I like my handles right next to the camera. So it'll be interesting to see. I actually have a set of handles already from a previous setup that I'll be interested to know if they will work. I mean, obviously they'll fit on here, but I don't know if they will be if that's the good position for them or not. So it looks like one of those screws that was bouncing around was from here. I wonder if it's this right here. I put it in there. It looks like the same size. Yeah. We'll hope. If not, we can just force it in. I mean, I'm pretty strong, so cross-threading has never been an issue for me. So there's that. Okay, cool. So top handle. Let's see where holes line up here. So as far as the top handle goes, looks like there's a couple different mounting points. Really only two. There's one a little bit farther forward and one a little bit farther back. I guess depending on where your center of gravity is going to be with the lens kit and batteries and everything that you've got on it. We'll go with there for now. Find the hole. That's what she said. Okay, so there's kind of like, you know, if you wanted to shoot it handheld, I'm kind of used to doing this stuff. I'm used to having, you know, with my reds, like a handle on the side. So it'd be cool. I wonder, I'll have to look into kind of what accessories there are for options like that. All right, cool. So I wonder if this might be upside down, just because that's really close to the lens mount. That should be an easy flip, right? But then that puts that on the other side. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll have to look into that later. Okay, let's do, so from here, that's what she looks like so far. So far, not super complicated. I mean, it makes me feel like a smart guy that I could figure that out from a pile of parts. There's your side bracket. This is cool. It's got a built-in rod mount for like a lens motor or whatever. That's really handy. That's almost exactly how I use it on my reds. I'm used to that. So, okay, so that's what this piece is. I was not sure. So it does look like I am gonna have to sift through our bubble wrap to find me another screw. It looks like one of these did fall out. And I think what this does is attach this onto here. And then this, we're going to go with one screw for now, just so I can get it on. Well, maybe one screw is not going to work. And then this goes onto it's like a dovetail that slides onto. Slides onto here. There it is. Right? And that's actually upside down. So everybody's yelling at me. Dude, it's upside down. So now the question is, where is that going to mount? Because, so all of these are 1/4-20s, right? And I have 2 1/4-20s and I have 2 M4s. I would guess, this is just a guess, basically they're giving you 2 holes to mount this bracket onto. And these other smaller ones are if in case, I guess, you have another battery plate or some other accessory that needs the smaller screws. And so that kind of makes sense that they would use this little storage place on the side. So I'm going to back out the M4 screws, mount this bad boy on here with the 1/4-20s. Okay, there we go. Now, let's get this on here and lock that on. Okay. Now, I think this is kind of funny. I don't have that. I feel like it's upside down because the way this cable is shaped and bent, I feel like this is upside down. But I mean, there's your V-lock, so that's got to be right side up, but that feels upside down to me, the way that cable goes. So there's that, loops around. Here's your battery. Line up the pins. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so let's get our EVF back on. And there. That's a little side heavy, but so, okay, so while I was trying to line up the pins for the battery cable, the cool thing about this fancy new cable is that there are no pins. So you can just put that in here wherever it goes or wherever you put it, and it snaps right in. And then same, where does it go? Then it goes here on the bottom, the EVF, whatever direction, orientation, it's good to go. Let's go with our shoulder. Here's our shoulder bracket, or they call it the compact bridge plate. We can slide that baby just like a regular dovetail, it looks like, just goes right on there. Where is the lock? Looks like the lock for it is on this side. I wonder if I put that on wrong, because I would think the lock would be on the left side, but that's what it is. And then that can go on your dovetail, which lives on a tripod or whatever. And I think, again, from the one demo that I've seen with this, that this, so we've got, get on this, so you've got this locking mechanism in here. I slide that to unlock, and then I think this just snaps down onto the dovetail, and then lock it, and it's good to go. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I've been a fan of the red quick release plates that, you know, I keep one base on a tripod and one on my handheld rig, and so it makes it really quick and easy to just unlock it and move between the two. And so you've got, it looks like you've got a similar thing going on here. Like you leave this dovetail on your tripod, go ahead and slide this lever to unlock, and it comes off, and now you've got a shoulder rig. So that's pretty cool. And then again, if you want to lose the shoulder and go on a gimbal, you unlock it here, wherever it is. Oh, there it is. Slide it off. There's a release button there. Goes all the way off, and we're back to gimbal or full, just handheld mode. I'm gonna set those over there. Okay. So here's your drives. Like I said before, they come in a really cool case. And they're actually fairly weighty. They're kind of heavy. And they go in the media slot here on the side. Pop that in. And away we go. There she is. That's your Alexa Mini LF with the ready to shoot kit. And it's pretty substantial. Weight-wise, it's not super light. And it's not crazy heavy, but it's a little bit heavier than I would want to wield all day handheld. Just for comparison, let's set this over here. I happen to have this bad boy right here, the Red Ranger. Now, again, this is the case. This is the case that the Ranger comes in. It's pretty cool. All laser cut foam. And here she, ow, oh my gosh. And let's just pull this out. This is the Ranger Monstro. And just for comparison, and let me put a battery on that one. And actually, I'm not sure where the top handle is for it. All right, I found our top handle. There's there, comparison-wise there. So, yeah, I would say the Arri is quite a bit heavier, quite a bit bulkier of a machine. Now, obviously, I do have the EVF, which adds quite a bit of weight. If I took that off, yeah, then it's a little more even, but still I would say the Arri is quite a bit heavier, but obviously much closer. All right, so there she is. That is the Alexa Mini LF with the ready to shoot kit. Now I did mention I have this other box of goodies. I'm not going to go through the whole process of putting everything together, but I do want to at least kind of show some of the options that I've got here. You know how I said I'm used to Reds, I'm used to shooting on a screen. So here's my screen for my Mini. This is the Small HD Cine 7. And if you haven't heard about this, the cool thing about this is it's a screen, it's a 7-inch monitor, which is pretty cool. But it is also built-in Teradek transmitter. So it has a Bolt, so there it is. It has a Bolt 500 built in the back that transmits video. So the cool thing about that is, obviously, I have my screen on here, whether I use it either, if I use it as the operator or if I have it on here for my AC, either way, I have built-in wireless video. So that's one less thing that I have to attach to the camera. So the other cool thing that makes this screen awesome, this is the software kit. And what that does is it allows me, not only is the screen touchscreen, but I get touchscreen menu controls over the camera. When I first ordered it, they told me that it, as of yet, doesn't work with the LF, but then I contacted Small HD and they said that it should. So, time will tell. This is just the receiver, right? So that will receive the transmitter from that, and you just plug that into whatever client monitor you've got on set for wireless video. Cool. So the other thing I've got is I've got one more codecs card. Budget-wise, 3 was kind of my limit. I always thought it was funny because everybody would make fun of the Red because it doesn't have XLR inputs for audio. But hey, neither does this. It does have a audio input here on the back. If you want to go direct to camera, and again, I know that's probably not super professional, but if you want to go straight into camera with your XLRs, you've got the wooden camera A box right here. All right, there she is. There's my Alexa Mini LF package. I'm super excited to kind of take this next step into the world of Arri. So one last thing I want to mention is that everything here is available for rent. I'll put links in the description below to where you can find information on packages and prices. So I want to give one last shout out to Mystery Box for letting us use their room. I'm super excited to kind of partner with them on this, on kind of the logistics side of getting the camera out there. I also want to give a shout out to my cameraman that's been helping me here, Andrew Hare. If you want to check out his website at andrewkhare.com, that's Andrew, K-A-Y, hair.com. So that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. I know that's kind of a lot. Hopefully there was some useful information there, but I appreciate you hanging out, and we'll see you next time.